Hi guys, Dr. Victoria Scrubbo here, speaking to you from the Caesar Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is 11/11, and I decided last month or the month before even that I was going to do card readings on all the double days. And I was thinking about starting it in January, but then I just started it. So this might be my second one. I think I did one on 10/10. So I'm not sure I did one on 9/9, but I definitely did one on 10/10. So 11/11 is 11 is a master number, and then 11/11 is sort of two master numbers, right? 11 is master spiritual teacher. If you add the two 11s together, you get a 22. That's master spiritual builder. If you add today's date, 11/11, which is 22, 2019, which is a 12, that's 22 and 12. It's a 34/7 vibration. And 34/7 is, in the tarot, is the Eight of Wands, incidentally. And so it's a time where information is coming in. 11/11 is considered a gateway energy. Powerful time, powerful time. All the double numbers are powerful times, but especially the 11/11, and now the 12/12 when 12/12 rolls around. That's going to be important as well, because we're going to be in a 12/12/12 vibration. So let's see what the cards have to say. Any advice about this gateway, this opening? What can we expect? What's the energy of this vibration? I don't know if anybody's been out. The moon is beautiful out there tonight. It's a little overcast now, and I think tomorrow it's supposed to rain. So I think it's supposed to snow. So I don't think we're going to get to see the moon tomorrow. But it was beautiful tonight. It was very, very magical. Very magical moon. Very intense day. Mercury was conjunct the sun today. Actually, Mercury moved over the face of the sun today in its inferior conjunction. Of course, Mercury is retrograde in Scorpio. And so it's intense in that respect. Anytime any planet is in Scorpio, it's intense. But, you know, make it Mercury and make it retrograde. And make it eclipse the sun. And we're talking about super intensity. And so you may be feeling that sort of intense energy, and you could be having physical symptoms from it. You could be having sleeplessness. I know a lot of people have been having a real hard time sleeping, a lot of aches and pains. For me, it was a number of days where I was sort of totally exhausted, and so I had to rest, which is not my strong suit, but I did. I actually rested, and then once I was rested, I had this giant burst of energy, which I expended yesterday. And then today, by this time tonight, I'm just like beat. But I want to do this reading for you guys. Plus, I want to do it for myself. Okay, and so the immediate environment is the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is about moving away from the chaos, moving away from the drama. It's about finding calmer waters, taking a journey over the sea. The sea, you know, not all of us can take journeys over the sea, but the sea can also be symbolic of sort of the firmament or the great cosmic sea. And it's like we're in the boat going over the great cosmic sea to sort of the other shore. So this really is about moving away from chaos to a calmer shore, right? And it's a 6 vibration, and this particular card is associated. The Six of Swords is associated with Aquarius, and of course, Aquarius is really about us working together for the common good, right? And so perhaps moving away from the more egocentric, dog-eat-dog kind of environment. Let's see what's crossing this. Okay, we have the Five of Wands crossing it. So we're trying to move away from the chaos, and yet there's this, don't know if you can see in this deck, there's sort of a tug of war, a pushing and a pulling. This is about it's about arguing. This card in other decks is a little bit more active than this particular card. There's a bunch of people and they all have their own wands and they're all sort of like going with their wands. This is more about tension. This is more about tension. And so despite the fact, or because of the fact, because of this tension, we feel the need to sort of calm our minds. Swords is a mind card, and a lot of the sword cards are very challenging in the decks. But the Six of Swords is one of the least challenging. It's actually about sort of going away so you can get away from the tension and the insanity of the mind. And the crossing card here is this, there's a sense of tension, but it's a spiritual tension. It's like we're waiting for something to break. And so there's this sort of spirit, and we know that something is coming. We can feel the shift. We can feel the energy has shifted and changed. And it's a little bit, it creates a lot of tension. Because frankly, I think a lot of us feel kind of shell-shocked. But there's been a shift, and I think that we can all feel that. Let's see what's at the root of this. Okay, we have the King of Swords here. Oh, can you see that? Sorry, the lighting in here is kind of crappy. At the root of this is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is about having dominion over your own mind. Okay? Having dominion over your own mind. Cutting away that which is not your friend, or that which is not helpful to you. It's about being an authority and wielding the sword and making the decisions that you need to make. Cutting the ties that perhaps you need to make. And it's not from a place of anger. It's not from a place of fear. It's from a place of knowing your own mind. Let's see what's in the past. Okay, we have the Two of Cups. So this is about relationship and love. This could be about codependency for some people. But the Two of Cups is really quite a nice card. But there is an expectation with the Two of Cups, an expectation of let's say people. This energy can, because it's sort of feeling and love raised to a higher vibration. People can expect a lot with this vibration. So there's a lot of expectation around our ability to relate to somebody else. Okay, let's see what's in the sky. And we have the Ten of Swords in the sky. And so the Ten of Swords can be a very challenging card. It is not pleasant. It's not a pleasant card. But it is about an ending and then a new beginning, because even though this woman is lying here with all the swords in her, behind her the sun is about ready to come up. The dawn is about ready to break. And so the end is here, or the end is near. That's what this card says to me, that the end is near. The end of this period of time is coming to an end, and that will depend on your situation in your life. There are certain things in your life that will be ending, and new beginnings will happen. This could also be political. This could be political in the United States with Donald Trump and this whole impeachment thing. This could be part of that as well. You can apply this to your personal life. You can apply this to the political life. You can apply this to whatever country you happen to be in. There's definitely this energy of the old, letting go of the old, and having to step into something new that we're not really sure what it's going to look like. We're not really sure what it's going to look like. Let's see what's in the immediate future. Okay, the Judgment card. So Judgment is falling. This is the card of the awakened soul. The angel Gabriel is blowing the horn to wake people up to the fact that they are spiritual beings, that there is something beyond this three-dimensional world, and that we are much greater than we know. And that much greater than we know energy isn't like, oh, I'm the greatest, I'm the best thing, I can do everything. It's not a narcissistic, self-centered, egocentric, I'm greater than I know I am. This is, the greatness comes from your connection to spirit. And so there is this energy, this 1111 energy, this gateway energy is an energy that's basically us moving away from the chaos, because the chaos is about over and people are going to wake up to there's so many levels to the awakening. There's just so many levels. We could go on and on and on about those different levels. Each level is going to be different for each person and each country or whatever. How it's seen from the outside, we have justice. So I really didn't want to make this about Donald Trump. I didn't want to make this reading about that. But this, because he is, I guess, the most powerful person on the planet, being the President of the United States, and the United States being the most powerful country on the planet at this point anyway, what happens to him is also what's happening to all of us. And this is about cosmic justice. This is about balancing of the scales. Domestic situation. Yeah, okay, the wheel is turning. So this is about change. So everything's going to change for us. Everything's going to change for us. And I would read this energy, well, this energy is standalone. This 1111 reading is standalone. So it's not really like a new moon reading or a month-to-month reading. But this is the energy coming through this portal. The energy of change, the energy of justice, the energy of finally like things are moving and changing. Hopes and fears, the Nine of Wands. This is battle-weary soldier who continues to want to fight. So I think that's a hope that we will continue to fight for what's important to us. But I also think it can be a fear to say, like, is this going to just continue ad nauseum forever? Nothing lasts forever. Let's see the outcome. Okay, we have the Four of Swords. Remember I said at the beginning of this reading, the sword cards are generally very challenging cards. Probably the cards that are least challenging in the swords is the Ace of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Six of Swords. And that's because, the Ace of Swords is the energy of the mind, right? It's a 55-1 vibration, actually, the Ace of Swords. The Four of Swords is about meditation. It's about resting the mind. The Six of Swords is about getting away from the chaos. And so this is a time for us to go within. This is a time for us to listen to that small, still voice within us. This is a time for us to find our center through these changes. So things are changing, and the four being a vibration of building, this is an opportunity for us to sort of figure out what our next steps are. But that information is going to come through things like the meditative process or the process of rest. And so what I described as what I've been experiencing the last couple of days, where I've been very, very tired, forced to rest, and then had this big burst of energy. I think that those kinds of, that kind of energy is going to continue. And so you need to pace yourself. So when you're feeling tired, you need to rest. Even if you have things pressing upon you, you have to rest, because the time will come when you will wake up from that rest and you'll be able to accomplish a lot. So the energy of how to go about accomplishing things, I think, is shifting and changing. See if we can pull a major arcana. We get the King of Pentacles. I'll pull 3. The 5 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Swords. Okay, let's see what's underneath this reading. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups. The enigma of the Queen of Cups that keeps coming up in everybody's reading. Who is the Queen of Cups? Well, the Queen of Cups is the energy of utilizing your intuition, being able to see the unseen through looking within, examining the emotions, examining the feelings, being one with the feelings, going with the flow of feeling. Remember, the North Node is in Cancer right now, and so we're all being required to sort of go with that, to go with the flow, go with the feelings, let go of the structures and strictures that oppress us, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas that we spend so much time like beating ourselves up about. I remember learning about the flagellates in religion class, where there were these people who would walk down the street and just with the cat o' nine tails and do this, to sort of be one with the suffering of Christ. That's done. We don't have to do that anymore. We've suffered enough. We don't have to suffer anymore. But we do have to decide. We do have to decide that our mind is our own, and we get to have dominion over our own mind and our own ability to say enough is enough. I'm moving away from this, or have the ability to make a decision that's going to be in not just your own best interest, but the best interest of the community or the environment that you find yourself in. So I guess what this 11:11 reading is talking about is that things are almost done. We're almost done with this period of time, and we are waking up to a new reality, a new level of understanding. And it should be very, very interesting. It's almost over, folks, quite frankly. And I mean that in a good way. Have yourself a great night. Like and subscribe. I am going to go to bed. I am pooped. But I wanted to offer this to you guys. All right, I will see you tomorrow when I do the astrology. I think it's going to rain or snow, so maybe you'll see snow, maybe you'll see rain, or maybe you'll just see me in my pajamas because I don't want to go out in the cold. I guess we'll see when I wake up. Have yourself a great day. Bye.